Tuesdays are back, baby. Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading. It's therapy. What is up, Wikimaniacs, and welcome back to another Monday Reddit Readings episode. I'm your host today, the Punny Pinoy John. Joined with me, as usual, is the sexy werewolf himself, Josh.
What's going on?
What's up, poutine poppy?
You confused me with the Tuesday thing. I was like, oh, damn. It's coming out on Tuesday. But
No.
But yeah, Sean's still missing in the mountains.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been
We need
14 days.
Third co-host, we think, at this point. Nah, Sean's good. He should be back next episode, I think.
He's recovering today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back home, but he's just recovering. So we gave him the day off.
The boy did it, though. He got it.
He made it up the mountain and
He
back
survived.
down. So
He called us, said, I'm good. Like, we made it. Legs are not working, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
he lost one of his legs, actually. Mountain lion. Crazy.
Like, look at it sexy. It's the hair, bro. It's just like, oh my God, am I gonna have to challenge this guy? His mane is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But how you been, bro? Anything new going on with your life?
Been busy. Nothing crazy though. Just finalizing, like looking at house plans and stuff like that. So yeah, we're looking at hopefully building next year, but I'll be crazy busy next year.
We need to plan on a meetup this year still. And honestly, October is about to be the only time that I'll be free. And I don't know, October might be filled. I think I'm going to Orlando as well on October. So we shall see.
We can make October work.
We'll make it work, but contractually we're obligated. But if this is your first time listening to Reddit on Wiki, what we do is we just hang out and tell Reddit stories. Mondays are usually all over the place. If you're more interested in Am I the Asshole stories, we do have those every Friday. But if you want to support your boys, consider being a patron and YouTube member. You'll get bonus stories, ad-free episodes, bonus live streams, and more. If you're a $10 patron, you get cameo requests. If you're a $15 patron, you get to call in, you get discounts on our merch, and you get to support your boys. So check that out on patreon.com/cultivate podcast network or be a YouTube member. Links are going to be in the show notes. Anything you would like to add before we start, my guy?
Honka merch, redditonwikishop.com. Get the merch designed by Rachel.
Yeah.
On our Discord. Half the profits will be going to a good cause chosen by our patrons. So yeah, go check that out, redditonwikishop.com.
Hell yes. All right. So I've seen comments from people. They're mentioning that they tend to enjoy the longer stories.
Whoa.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a few short ones just because Josh needs to be able to clip some. We can't clip any 10-minute damn stories. But I do have 4 stories for you today, as well as a section by the amazing Buccee. And then, of course, towards the end of the episode, we will also be doing a bonus story exclusive to our patrons and YouTube members. So, Josh, you ready to get started, brother?
Let's do it.
All right. First story of the day is posted by One Fudge 3629, and this was posted on Just Know Mother-in-Law. The title for this story is Mother-in-law gifted me laser tattoo removal for my birthday. I don't want them removed.
This is the tattoos are the sign of the devil. Oh man. Unless we did have that Nazi tattoo person.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that's not who OP is, but you never know.
All right. Story goes as this. My husband, 43 male, and I, 31 female, have been married for 3 years, together for 6.
Okay.
Trying to do the math. I mean, technically 25, so.
No. This one's fine.
Obviously, there's an age gap between my husband and I, which has never been an issue for us.
Is it that much of an age gap? Sorry, I missed the
43 and 31,
Oh.
married for 3 years, together 6. So they've been
Apologies.
together from
So
they're like
technically illegal.
25 and 37. I can't do math.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That should be okay. Sean will still be livid somehow. My mother-in-law, however, has always greatly disapproved and likes to talk to me like I am a rebellious teenager instead of her son's life partner. A big issue for her is the fact that I have tattoos. I love all my tattoos. They are well done and a huge part of my identity. I can't imagine myself without them, and my husband loves how they look on me. Mother-in-law made a few comments while we were dating, but my husband told her privately to drop it. 3 years ago, my husband and I hosted our families for my birthday dinner. It was our first big get-together after getting married, and everyone was nice enough to bring me a gift. I was going to open them after everyone left, but mother-in-law handed me an envelope at the dinner table and insisted I open it immediately.
Why? This is crazy because it's like you think you're so in the right that you're like, you have to open this.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to love this gift.
Yeah. I feel like the mother-in-law too is just like, I got her ass. I'm going to humiliate her in front of everyone. Look how tacky she looks with all her tattoos.
Crazy.
Inside was a card and a gift certificate to a local tattoo removal business for $500. I was confused and asked her what this was for. She said that since I was a married woman now and planning to have kids, she assumed I would want my tattoos removed. Both my husband and I were kind of taken aback and stunned. I half-heartedly thanked her and the party continued. Later, my husband called her and told her off. He insisted she take it back and get her money back. She absolutely refused and insisted I would want it someday. 3 years later, her $500 is sitting in my kitchen junk drawer, and I've added 3 more tattoos to the collection.
I was going to say, I wonder if you could go to because I'd imagine most tattoo removal places also do tattoos.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In my mind. So it's like, I wonder if you could use that to get tattoos.
Oh, actually, it might be a little bit different because there might be what I'm guessing here. Maybe like the tattoo removal place is more so on like a dermatologist, maybe.
Oh, I see. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, there's no way the mother-in-law took a foot step
supporting a tattoo shop.
A tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, the audacity of her to think that she has any say over your body and what's on it. Again, if it was a Nazi symbol or something like that, it's a little bit more understandable.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she's just, I don't know, elitist in some sort of way to be like, oh, tattoos. You can't have kids with tattoos on. Like, there's tons of mothers with tattoos. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not for real.
Crazy.
That's like one of those instances too, where it's like, okay, just because someone does have a tattoo doesn't, it doesn't mean that they are a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they have them, are they like gang members or like they're like criminals and all that shit? Bitch, I have the cleanest. I don't even have a driving ticket. Like, what the fuck? I have a bunch.
Yeah.
So there is a quick update here. It's more so of like an added information that OP provided, but they put, thank you so much for all the great suggestions on what to do with the gift certificate. I actually have a friend who is a director of a restorative justice organization. I asked her if she had any clients with hate symbols they would like removed, and it turns out she works with a guy who has a swastika on his arm that he hides every day because he is so ashamed. This is particularly significant and powerful for me because I'm Jewish. Anyway, I'm dropping it off today, and I'm really pleased that something that started as a disrespectful slight for my mother-in-law turned into this. So thank you, Reddit.
Wow. Hell yeah. That's good for OP for search. I wouldn't have even thought about to search something like that out.
Same.
So yeah, that's super cool. Glad the person that's getting the tattoo removed is feeling ashamed of that and is wanting to move on from that part of their life. So yeah, good for them.
Yeah. And it's also win too for like OP because now you know that your husband and your partner is willing to yell at their mother for being fucking dumb. So
true.
You do have yourself a good partner. And, based on what OP was saying, like it seems like your partner's hella into it. They love that shit. You added 3 more to your collection. So fuck what anyone else thinks. It's however you feel about yourself. And if your partner loves it, then go on with your bad self, girl. No one can tell you what to do.
Exactly.
And, yes, like what Josh was saying, like congratulations to the person who took the step and be like, you know what? This is a stain in my life that I don't want to show off. Someone is giving me the resource to remove this shit. Let me do it because this is a bad look.
Exactly.
All right. So that one's the shorter one. Josh. The next two stories quite lengthy, so buckle in for both of these stories, and they do come with a bunch of updates. The first one is from True Off My Chest, posted by Empty Ad 2301. The title for this one is I Met My Husband That I Divorced 3 years ago.
Met my husband. Is this like a memory loss type deal? Or maybe he became a better version of himself and it's like, oh, I'm meeting him for the first time. Or became himself again. Okay. There's so many ways this could go. I'm hoping it's uplifting.
This is a 51st dates type of scenario.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking immediately. And then I was like, wait.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen that movie. Jesus Christ.
And then I was like, wait, that's a movie. That probably doesn't happen in real life.
So the first post was posted back in February 28th of this year, 2025. And it goes as this. So I, 35 male, divorced my husband, 36 male, 3 years ago. And God, I miss him. I asked for a divorce for a few reasons, most of which being that his depression got exponentially worse day after day and he refused to seek treatment. Sometimes he wouldn't even go into work and ended up getting fired from his job. I stayed with him for so fucking long, praying that one day he would start trying to get better. It was all I ever wanted, but that day didn't come. I sobbed the entire time signing those papers, and when I handed them to him and asked for a divorce, he just gave me the emptiest, deadest look and signed them without a word. My heart felt like it had been shattered with a hammer. Anger and sadness and fear tied together in the world's tightest, ugliest knot and inset deep into my chest. I put on a brave face for my friends, tried to frame it as shackles coming off in a new beginning, but it was a lie. It just hurt, and it keeps hurting, and it will never stop hurting. He was my soulmate. I'll never love anyone like I loved him. He used to be so sweet and loving, so passionate and happy, and every other wonderful thing a man could want from another. They say each day gets easier, but it isn't for me. It's been 3 years and I'm still reaching over to the other side of the bed in the morning to pull him close. And it always stings when my hands touch fabric and not his skin. It's been 3 years and I'm still expecting to see his car in the driveway when I get home from work. It's been 3 years and my heart isn't any less broken than the day he left. I've been looking at his socials, I'll admit. He's been getting back to the gym, started medication, and I see him smiling so genuinely in these photos. He looks so incredible. Maybe if I had just waited, he would have changed his mind and went to a doctor like he is now? Or was it me that held him down? Was I making it worse? I hope not. I want to go over to his place and just fall into his arms and beg him to take me back. Maybe he's wishing the same thing about me. If there's even a chance I could have my boy back, I feel like I should try. I'll never know otherwise.
Man, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't you holding them back, but it might have been you that triggered their, snap them back to be like, oh, I've got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I'm going to lose everything. I've been in that position of just numbness. And then you have that one thing that's just like, oh shit, what am I doing? I got to get help for myself to feel better, about myself and get back to a place where, it's normal's not the right word, but back to a normal, and feeling better. So yeah, I think it's tough being the partner in that situation because there's not much you can do. It's up to them to get therapy and help. And you can only ask them or beg them to do that so many times before it's not fair to yourself to stay in that relationship and stay with that person. It's only hurting you. And then, yeah, I think you did the right thing, the exact right thing. You took the plunge. Divorcing, it wasn't easy. It's not what you wanted. And then that might have actually been what triggered them to work on themselves. Yeah.
I'm 100% on board with you, my guy. As someone who has been there as well, there was this is documented in the show as well, there was 2 years of my life, recently, I was just I am not myself. And then it took a lot of realization. I'm thankful that it didn't come to this extreme where my partner left me, but it was a situation where it's oh fuck. It was waking up one day and just be I gotta do something about this, or it's I'm gonna lose everything. So,
Mhm.
and just like you said, Josh, like it's completely up to the person that is affected to take those steps. As a partner, I think OP, like there is a vow that you try to uphold as much as possible in like, your wedding vows as a married couple. But if someone is refusing to seek that help, you are more than, it's completely up to you if that's something you don't want to proceed with because you also have a life to live,
Yeah.
and it would
Yeah.
be unfair for you if, if someone is not willing to get that assistance so you guys can have a better life together. So 100% agree with what you're saying, brother. So, OP provided some quick edits, some a little bit more information, background information, what happened. They put, my husband was a binge drinker. He refused treatment no matter how much I begged. We got antidepressants, but he wouldn't take them. I know he started meds now because he's posted about them and his 2 year sober chip that he got last month. So,
Hell yeah.
OP, I mean, like the ex-husband kind of was taking steps a little bit, but not
Well,
really because they weren't
half-
following it.
Yeah, I was gonna say half
yeah.
steps in that don't really count.
Yeah.
It's it's tough to blame someone because they are they have
They're
an
going through it.
illness.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's also like it is their responsibility to work on themselves.
Absolutely. They also put, I never stopped loving him. I never loved him any less. Near the end of our marriage, I started drinking to cope. The second I realized I realized he was dragging me down with him, and I couldn't help him anymore. I didn't dip the second it got hard. Many of you are being kind of rude. I'll accept that I wasn't the perfect husband. Nobody is. But claims that I never loved him are just wrong and make me feel sick to my stomach. So fuck y'all Reddit for some of y'all Reddit for saying that shit. And he put, no, I am not the catalyst for this. His depression started when his young brother passed away and unexpectedly. It's not because he just hated me so much. We were childhood sweethearts and had been together for years when this happened. So onto the updates. This was originally posted early February 28, 2025. They gave an update about a week later. So like March 2nd, 2025. Actually, just a couple days later. Update goes as this. Well, with Reddit's advice, I did it. A few days ago, I called my 35 male ex-husband, 36 male, whom I divorced after 6 years when he refused to seek treatment for his depression. I called him later in the evening, and it was the first time we'd spoken since a bit of trouble he'd had while he was still drinking 2.5 years ago. He picked up on the second ring. Our conversation was a little stilted at first, as to be expected, but he said he was really glad to hear from me. We ended up meeting up for coffee yesterday, as so many of you suggested. I'll admit, it was kind of hard to see him, but in a good way. He looked so much better than the last time I had seen him, but he looked exactly like the man I married. He had put off a ton of weight. He gained like 75-ish pounds during his struggles with depression. And before some dick says so, I didn't leave him because of his weight gain. He looked way healthier and very put together. I'll just say it. He looked incredibly hot. What made it hard was that I couldn't kiss him hello like I used to. But God, the way his eyes lit up when he saw me, I barely needed to. We got our coffee and sat, and he updated me a little on his life in the last 3 years. What really turned his life around was in part the divorce, but more so a DUI. And for clarification, they put, nobody was hurt. He was caught a few blocks from his apartment. He's since gone to rehab in AA, gotten his license back, and had to use a breathalyzer whenever he started his car for a while. He hasn't had a drop of alcohol since, and I told him I was so fucking proud of him. He's also started antidepressants and made a point of telling me that they're not SSRIs, but when I asked what that meant, he got embarrassed and told me, never mind. Bottom line is that they've been helping him. He's back to being a gym rat, and he's almost completely turned his life around. This was around the point I started tearing up. I just felt so good knowing he was okay. Better than okay, he was good. I also apologized to him for not sticking by him. He cut me off and said I had nothing to apologize for. He was a wreck, and I was being dragged down with him. That also felt good to hear. I apologized for not contacting him much during the last 3 years. That apology, he accepted. He was dating someone for a few months too. He broke up with him once he tried to get him to drink on New Year's. He seemed dismissive on the guy. I know, what a shitty fucking thing to do for someone who's recovering.
Yeah.
He broke up with him once he tried to get him to drink on New Year's. He seemed dismissive of the guy. Guess it wasn't too serious. We got up and went on a walk after a few hours. And I think we both realized it felt like a first date. I had to stop myself from trying to hold his hand at a few points, I'll admit. We ended up sitting on a bench in a nearby park, and I confessed. I told him I missed him more than anything, how I never stopped loving him, and how if he wanted to, I'd love to try again from the beginning this time. We'd go to couples therapy, keep our heads above the water, and take it slow. He was quiet for a minute before he told me something. He said he was doing better now, but there may be a time where he sunk low again. Depression isn't easily cured, and he was far from cured. He still had bad days, but he said there would be one difference. He promised he would never stop trying to improve. He was never going to give up like he did before, and refused to neglect me like he used to. If I was willing to accept the truth, he was willing to try again. I agreed, and he pulled me into an embrace and snuck a kiss to my temple.
On a first date?
You. I'm just kidding. You know when it's the first warm day of spring after a cold, harsh winter and the soft breeze and basking sun hit your skin at the same time? It felt something like that, to the 1000th degree. After a while, he walked me back to my car and squeezed my hand goodbye. And the second I got inside, I started sobbing like a baby. Happy tears though. I'm currently sitting in bed, kicking my feet like a teenage girl. I'm also kicking my feet right now like a teenage girl. This is cutesies. Texting him back and forth to schedule an actual date. He said he'd plan everything and try his best to make up for the birthdays and anniversaries he's missed. He said it would knock my socks off. What a dork. I love being in love. Not gonna lie, this is gonna be a bit hard to explain to my friends and family. Not looking forward to those conversations, but right now, I don't care. My man loves me. Thank you to everyone who had kind words to say, and all the people that messaged me with sympathy and advice. I hope we all find happiness and love if we want it. I would have made the leap if y'all hadn't encouraged me. Best of luck to all of you, and sorry for the overly flowery language. And quick edits. We've scheduled a date for tomorrow evening. I'll let people know how it went 2 days from now in my final update. And a quick edit number 2. At his place presently. Shame me not, Reddit.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I mean I'm glad they came together for that coffee date. And OP's ex is correct. It's like not every day is going to be perfect. There are going to be downsides. There always are with depression comes and goes. If he's willing to put the work in, willing to work with you on this, then yeah. I mean, I hope nothing but the best going forward for you guys.
Yeah, there's one more update, so we'll see how the rest goes. Yeah. But it's the same thing for me. And what I'm hopeful for in this scenario is that I think OP in the beginning of the story was putting a lot of the blame on themselves, that the reason why their ex turned out the way they did is because they're the ones that initiated the divorce. But kind of going back to the whole thing, it's like, at the end of the day, it's their responsibility. You know what I mean? Like your partner's responsibility to help themselves as well. You can be a support system for all you want, but if someone's not willing to take that support, it's not going to go any further. And I'm glad that the ex currently acknowledged that, and saying that, like, hey, this has nothing to do with you. This was all me. Like I was the one going through shit. I'm glad that the ex was keeping it real. This is like what you were saying, Josh. Like, it's not going to be easy. I'm still a work in progress, but the acknowledgement that, at the end of the day, that's what marriage is, right? Or that's what a partnership in general is, like willing to work with each other to have like a common goal. And it seemed like their common goal is just to be happy together. And like what you're saying, Josh, like I hope they have a happy life ahead. Let's see how the final update goes. And hopefully it's the story that, we all want to hear. So
fingers crossed.
So they posted an update 4 days later. So March 6, 2025 goes as this. My ex-husband and I recently reconnected. I won't go over the details of why we split or our, that's fucking word, reconciliation, since I'm sure the average Redditor can click buttons and most likely read. He was the ones taking me out and promised that it would, in his words, knock my socks off to make up for his neglect of me. He sure as hell delivered. So a little backstory. We've been together since we were 15 and 16, respectively, and have never moved out of our hometown. This year would have been our 20th anniversary. We were dating secretly for about 5 years before our parents caught us one day during summer break. The fallout from finding out their son was gay actually made his parents split. Hey.
So one of those parents was real shitty.
Mm-hmm. Kevin is there in the background. So I hope y'all enjoy that. His dad wanted to send him away to conversion therapy. So
who's the dad?
That is the
there it is.
shitty done, yeah. He's seen his father maybe once per year on average, and every time he's incredibly cold towards me. Would never refer to me as his son-in-law, only my husband's pal. Wonder why.
Gross.
Anyway, not what you're here to read. I'll get on with the lore. He picked me up from the house and wouldn't tell me where we were going, but told me to dress warmly. He ended up taking me to the place where we met, a rundown ice skating rink in our town. He used to do hockey. That's why I feel like you'd appreciate this, Josh.
Okay.
He used to do hockey, and I spent some time trying to learn figure skating until people started beating me up for it. Both sports would practice at the same time, and I remember barely being able to keep my eyes off him. We went skating. I tried to pull off a few of the moves I remembered, but he only had to catch me from falling on my ass once or twice, and I won't complain about an attractive man that I love hooking his arm around my waist. And we spent an hour or so there until our feet hurt. At one point, I said that my face was getting cold, so he skated around in front of me and placed his gloved hands on my cheeks to warm me up. I just about burned a hole in the ice from how hard I was blushing, I swear to God. He wasn't done then. We left and went to dinner, specifically the restaurant where we had our first date. It's a cheap hole-in-the-wall place, seeing as we were poor teenagers when we first met. We chatted and ate food that probably took 5 years off our lives. He was an incorrigible flirt and even held my hand underneath the table like he did all those years ago.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah. Second day, holding hands already. Come, you harlot. I know I said I never stopped loving him, and I stand by that. But I think I somehow fell in love with him 1,000 times over again during that meal. At the end of the dinner, he asked if I had energy for one more simple thing, to which I agreed. He took me a while out of town to a dark sky zone park, specifically the one where he proposed to me 10 years ago.
Oh.
He set out a blanket to sit on and another to cuddle under. And we went stargazing all bundled up together. You never know how much you miss the sound of someone's heartbeat until you haven't heard it for so long. We shared a bottle of sparkling grape juice and plastic champagne flutes and dumb, giggly kisses. It felt so similar, yet so different. He told me in a moment of quiet that he loved me. And oh God, it took everything I had to not to cry. I barely hesitated before asking if he wanted to change venues. He seemed surprised, but eagerly accepted. I ended up at his place. More than holding hands.
Hell
So.
yeah.
As some of you may have seen from my edit on my second post yesterday, I wanted to take it slower than this, but it was so hard to. I was so starved of affection and hadn't been intimate with anyone for just about 6 years. I'm going to keep what happened at his between us, but all I'll say is that his medication was no issue and all of you should be jealous.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I woke up in his bed this morning, reached over for him, and pulled him close just like I used to. I haven't been this happy in a long time. We had a sleepy discussion and decided to get back together. But we're not using the term boyfriends. It just feels weird after all this time. So he's my partner, or my lover. Thank you, Reddit. Wouldn't have done it without a little push from the internet. Let's see where all this goes.
Hell yeah. We love a positive update.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have much to say other than congratulations. And I wish you guys nothing but the best going forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I just hope that OP and the partner keeps it in the back of their mind that, you know, some days will be tougher than others, especially with mental health issues like this. But I'm hoping, and I'm very optimistic about the situation that at least, you know, your partner now is equipped with the tools that they need to be able to cope better. You understand him a little bit better on days that he's going through. Be his rock. Right? Like throughout the situation, if you see him trying to put in the work as much as possible, keep encouraging that. But if he reverts back to like, you know, kind of the old ways, don't put the blame on you this time. And if it does go sideways, which we're definitely hoping that's not going to happen. You shouldn't blame yourself if you wanted to get out of the situation. So, but focusing on the positives, hope you guys have the best life possible.
Well, and I was going to say to add on to that, like, it sounds like they're going to do couples therapy to start things off with going forward. Yep. So that will help with communication issues or anything.
Of course.
Like, it'll give you guys the tools to be able to work through that.
And Sean usually brings sad ass stories for like a Monday episode. So Trying to switch it up a little bit here.
Wow.
All right, moving on to the next long story. This one is posted by, it's a throw RA account, too much numbers, not going to read that. And this one is from r/relationship advice. The title is, I, 35 male, was incarcerated and lost touch with 33 female. It's been over 10 years. Would it be wrong to contact her?
How many years?
10 years.
Wrong to contact her. Probably not. Contact wise, like, I don't know. It really depends on how it ended. So,
It's entirely possible that within those 10 years, I mean, the person was 33 and maybe they have a family now.
Right. I guess it depends on what your expectations out of the communication is. If it's just like, hey, I want to like touch base. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. This is a
no
weird
spoiling.
one.
People hate that. So we'll get into it. All right. So this one was actually first posted back in January 26, 2023. So a couple of years ago. I feel like that was just last year.
True.
All right. So the story goes as this. When I was a university student, I fell in love with Daria. Not her real name, obviously. She was the little sister of my best friend, so I considered her off limits, but my crush on her persisted and grew. She's one of those beautiful, brilliant people who is alive and breathing to make the world a better place. How could I not be drawn to that? One day, she told me she had feelings for me. And to my relief, my best friend didn't have a problem with me dating his sister either. So for 2 wonderful years, Daria was my girlfriend. I should have asked her to marry me. I don't know why I didn't. I suppose I thought I had all the time in the world. We were young and there was no need to rush things. We live in a country that isn't exactly democratic, and we were political activists. I ended up getting arrested and going to prison for 9 years.
America. No.
I mean, it started to be that way, to be honest. And they also put in parentheses, please don't think I'm some kind of monster for this. I don't want to go into detail in case it makes identifiable somehow, but we didn't hurt anyone or do anything immoral. What we did is not even illegal in the country where I currently live, and our beliefs were far from extremist. So they're probably just fighting for a good cause, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, protesting should be allowed.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to voice your, concerns with the government and not be arrested. So, yeah, that's crazy. You were arrested for 10 years, you said?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Well, 9 years in the prison, so it's insane. I haven't seen or spoken to Daria since the day I got arrested. My best friend died shortly after, and Daria left the country, partly due to the possibility that she'd be arrested too. There wasn't any way for her to contact me while I was in prison, though apparently she contacted my dad a few times in the beginning. Things got even worse in our country while I was incarcerated. So my dad and I emigrated when I was released. We've been living in Western Europe ever since, and life is pretty okay. I live with my dad and have a steady, if shitty, job. Months ago, I found Daria online. She lives in a neighboring country, 7 hours away by rail. She doesn't use social media too much, but from what I've seen, there's no evidence of a partner or kids. And even if she's married, I'd be content just to be her friend, as I was for the first years we knew each other. Part of me desperately wants to reach out to her, and my dad has been encouraging me to do so. But I feel like I'd be too selfish. The circumstances of her brother's death were very traumatic for her, and I'm afraid that I'm just a living reminder of all the bad things that happened to us. And if she does have a partner, would my contacting her offend him and trouble their relationship? I don't want to cause her any more sadness. Time stood still for me while I was in prison, but I know it didn't for her or anyone else. She's done so well for herself. She's built a whole life, and I don't want to derail that life just because I feel entitled to a place in it. She might not even remember me at all, and even if she did invite me back into her life, I'd be nothing but a burden now, owing to my wrecked mental health. We've been apart twice as long as I knew her. Have I even the right to miss her as much as I do? For now, I've contented myself with Googling her name every so often and seeing that she's okay. It just hurts a lot, and I don't know how to make it not hurt. I still love her with everything I have. I probably always will. Should I reach out to her or leave her alone? If I do contact her, what should I even say?
Well, I have no idea what you should say, but I don't think it hurts to reach out. I think, her brother's passing was tragic, obviously for her, but obviously for you as well. So I think it would maybe be cathartic to know that you're okay. She can have someone from her past life who knew her brother, that maybe she can talk about stuff that she didn't feel comfortable talking to people in her current life that about that. So yeah, again, it didn't seem like he was looking to be like, I gotta like win her back or whatever. He's willing to just talk,
be friends,
or like if she doesn't want him in her life, then she'll let you know. You know what I mean? And I think that's fine to reach out. I think
that's perfectly said. Like, to me, the way OP approached a lot of things is just that he's self-aware, right?
Yes.
He's like, I know I've been gone for like the past 10 years. I don't know if they have a partner or not. And even if like, let's say they did, like, is it even a bad idea for me to reach out? What if I ruin their lives or their dynamic? So to me, OP is already self-aware in a situation where it's like, oh, well, I have no malice in this. I just want to see how they're doing. So I completely agree with what you said, Josh. Like, I think it would be nice to possibly have that conversation to kind of just, reminisce about like the brother, because that was a shared relationship or same person that they shared in common in their lives. And if anything, if, Daria told you to fuck off, I never want to speak to you again, that's at least closure. It's so that way you don't have to think about her at night saying like, okay, well, they don't want anything to do with me. Let me just move on with my life after all this time. So that's a possibility as well.
Yeah. And as long as you're okay with that possibility, then I think go ahead. I have no idea what you should say because I don't know your intimate relationship. And, like there's probably certain things you guys said to each other that could be a good jumping off point. I have no idea. But give it a go and just see.
See where it goes. Yeah, absolutely. I always say closed mouths don't get fed, right?
Yeah.
So if you never know what's going to happen unless you verbalize what you feel or what you want to say. All right, on to the update. This one was posted on January 27, 2023. So 1 day later. They put, first, I want to say thank you to everyone who offered advice or kind words. I had spent so long feeling ashamed about my situation and expecting most people to react very negatively if they knew. I had barely discussed it with anyone else before except my dad and people whose job it is to help me. So lawyers, therapists, so they seek professional help, which is good.
Yeah, which is good.
And I was very surprised to be met with so much compassion from a bunch of complete strangers. Thank you, truly. Several people asked for an update, and that's the least I can do in return. I sent Daria a message the evening after I made my post. It was something like, I don't mean to intrude, but I wanted to say hello and thought I would give you my new contact information in case you ever felt like getting in touch. If not, that's completely fine too. I left her my mobile number and email address, wished her well, and that was that. I knew it might be a while before she responded, if she responded at all, so I tried to put it out of my mind. Early Monday morning, my phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number from the country where Daria lives. Who else would ever be calling me from there? I panicked a little bit, but I managed to answer in time. She asked a few times if it was really me, and I couldn't tell if she was laughing or crying. At first, she called me by the very affectionate version of my name she used to, but then she quickly apologized and corrected herself, which broke my heart a little bit. It was an awkward phone call, but not in a bad way. I was extremely nervous, and it seemed like she was too, but happy also. Some of you mentioned that Daria would want to know that I was safe, and this was more true than I could have guessed, because unrest in my country increased a lot during the last year I was in prison. She was afraid that they would decide to quietly kill me rather than let me go. There are documented cases of other prisoners like me having met very suspicious ends in the months before my release, so it wasn't a totally unreasonable worry. She also repeatedly tried to send me parcels of supplies and put money on my commissary account, but her attempts were rejected without explanation. After my sentencing, I was not allowed to receive correspondence or to have commissary account at all because of the classification of my crimes, so she was forced to give up. She told me this as an apology, as if I would have been disappointed with her for not helping me more. I had no idea she had done any of that. I do know that it was not a safe thing for her to do, and I feel terrible that she put herself at risk trying to make me a little bit comfortable. She didn't seem to want to talk about what happened any more than that. And so we didn't. We changed the subject to more lighthearted things, our jobs, the cities where we live, how my dad is adapting to a new country, etc. When she arrived at work and had to end the phone call, she asked if I wanted to continue talking through a messaging app. Obviously, I said yes and downloaded it immediately. We sent messages throughout the day, and she even interrupted her commute home to send me a picture of a restaurant modeled after one of my favorite books, just because she thought I would like it. And she told me that she thought of me every time she saw it, but unfortunately, the restaurant itself was not so good. That's gotta be disappointing as well. It's like, damn, this is like what exactly I envisioned looks like. But the food is ass.
Tastes like shit.
I was afraid she wouldn't remember me, but she even remembers the things I like to read. She remembers a lot of little things, even stuff that I forgot. We have been sending messages back and forth ever since, and talking on the phone after I finish work at night until she gets too sleepy. Sometimes it feels like I'm 24 and she's texting me from a few blocks away, as if the next thing she might ask is what's for dinner. Other times it seems like we're trying to will dead versions of ourselves back to life in order to avoid acknowledging what we've lost. She seems a lot more timid than she used to, more passive, which I suppose makes sense. Sometimes I worry about how much I've changed and that maybe she won't find anything left in me that's worthy of her. But if I could express in words what it feels like to hear her laugh, I could explain that there's also a lot that we know very well. She hasn't lost her kindness or her warmth or her empathy. She still cares about me, and I still care about her. I know that rebuilding a friendship after all that's happened will take a lot of patience, and I have plenty to spare. I'm just happy to have the chance to get to know her again. This morning, Daria asked if I wanted to have a video call sometime this weekend. I agreed, but I'm ashamed to admit that as much as I want to see her, I'm very nervous. I look so different than she would remember. My jaw is messed up, and I have the teeth of a hockey player. You think they did a number on them in prison? Sounds like?
Yeah, probably.
Ugh. I lost weight that I haven't put back on, and I see an old man in the mirror. I'm also worried that I will get very emotional when I see her and embarrass myself that way. I don't really cry in front of people. I'm not used to it, and this doesn't seem like a good occasion to start. Aside from not wanting to appear pitiful, I don't want her to feel forced to comfort me. If anyone has some advice on how to handle this, it would be much appreciated. Overall, this week could have not gone any better, and I'm extremely grateful to everyone who gave me the little push of courage I need to send her that message. 1,000 times.
Man, when you're talking about like them talking and then like feeling like they were pretending, and then it got me thinking of like 10 years. Like imagine like being locked up for 10 years and then coming out and then trying to like rekindle relationships. It's just a hard thought to even consider. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think she gives a shit what you look like. It sounds like she just cares about you and is happy that you're alive and that she has someone to talk to. I think you're overthinking it, man. I think it has probably been a miracle to her that you are alive and have reached out to her, and she's just happy about that. So don't overthink it. She probably just wants to see your face. So yeah, you should just enjoy it. Enjoy it.
And I think the friend also gave a bunch of indications that they care about them still, even after all those years. Remembering little tiny details about what they liked, and then just sharing that with them. If that ain't love, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And you bring up such an interesting point about being incarcerated for that long. I mean, this first post was what, 2023. I imagine they got locked up around like what, 2013, 2012 time frame.
Just picture how different you were from 2013 to 2023.
Like back in like 2012, 2013, there was like, for example, there was an Uber back then, right? You're telling me once this person got out of prison, like you can literally look at your phone and say like, hey, I want a car to drop me off somewhere.
Yeah.
That's crazy work. Like
BlackBerry was still around, I think.
Yes. Hell, shows like fucking Office, that type of humor will probably pass in 2013. You do that shit in 2023, it's like, whoa.
OG Game of Thrones was still on.
That I think that's when it first came out, right?
It had just been starting, actually. Yeah, now I think about it. Yeah.
So shit like that, it's just like, man, there's probably so much changes that happen and you're so locked up and not included in like what's going on in the world that of course when you come out like you're gonna feel dissociated.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck did I just come out of a time machine? What the I don't know how to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
On to the final update, Josh. Let's see if this ends happy.
It better.
Update 2 was posted just a few days later, March 2nd, 2023. And it goes as this. I told Daria that I was nervous about the video call, and she insisted on having it right away so that I could get it over with and stop worrying. Like we were saying, brother. Seeing her made everything I feel real in a way it had it before. And also, there was probably like no FaceTime back in 2013. Right?
No, Skype was around.
Skype was around, but on the phone, like you can use that on a phone already, or it has to be like computer. Know. I know video calls like on a laptop was a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about like phone.
I can't remember when FaceTime came around, but
same.
It would have been around then, I think.
Probably.
Anyways,
she still looks like herself or even more beautiful. Different only in the sense that she is fully an adult now. The place she lives is very different from our home country with a distinct culture to which she has assimilated. That she had the time to adapt and feel completely at home in this place broke the illusion that no time had passed. In hindsight, that was probably the real reason I had been so nervous, because I could no longer occasionally forget myself and pretend that nothing had changed. The hardest part was not being able to reach through the screen and put my arms around her. Sitting there and watching someone you love cry from a distance is not easy. I barely noticed that I was crying too. She didn't seem surprised at my appearance, but she did eventually look me over and ask if the food was shit where I live. It sounds like they're in Europe. This is in England. You've been eating beans and toast. I explained about my jaw and that I'm getting it fixed. Her response was to ask for my address and order groceries to be delivered, including a lot of soft snacks that are easy to eat and these meal substitution drinks that are actually tasty. If you go on our link tree, support our sponsors, please. Thank you. She sent them every week since, even though I tell her it's not necessary. When I wanted to pay her back, she laughed at me and said she owed me a lot of food because I had kept her from starving to death in university. I love being able to cook for her, and I suppose it makes her just as happy to feed me now. We talk every day and have made video calls a regular habit. It does me so much good just to see her face, and the awkwardness is mostly gone now. It's easy to talk to her. Last night, she brought her computer into the kitchen and talked to me while doing the washing up. It's amazing how mundane things like that can make me feel normal. And at home, in ways I forgot I could. I never thought I'd be that stupidly happy to see someone washing coffee cups. I'm beginning to think that the idea of home as a physical place is a misconception. She likes to send photos to show me where she lives, what her life is like now. She was curious about how things are the same or different here. I didn't want to admit that I don't have much life to share back. Going places just didn't seem worth the effort. She is, though. At first, it was very small things. She could send me a picture of pastries she'd bought at a cafe, saying that she thinks her city has better pastries than mine. I would go out and get one so I could send her a photo too. Then it was beer. Which city has better parks, interesting architecture, a department store, and so on. I figured out quickly that she was trying to coax me into going out more, but I played along to make her happy. I've seen more of my city in the past month than the entire time I've lived here before. I've been to the art museum and finally joined my colleagues for a beer. Usually I go places for short durations at the less crowded times, but I'm still going, which is something. Daria used to be very sociable, so I thought that whatever happened, at least she wouldn't be lonely. I was wrong. There's a lot she could never tell her friends because they can't relate. They would feel sorry for her and cease to be equals, she says. Our experiences are different, but we are more able to understand each other than other people could. And despite her own burden, she was quietly picked up half the weight from my shoulders without ever being asked to. I'm in awe of her, simply for being the kind of person who would. For Women's Day, I sent her some orchids, and she was very happy that I remembered her favorite flower. The things I can do to make her smile are so small, and she deserves so much more than I know how to give her. But I would do anything for this woman, and I'm learning. There are protests happening where she is, with a riot, police, and tear gas. Whenever this happens, she feels nervous and has difficulty sleeping. Now, at least, I can stay on the phone with her at night so she's not alone. Aside from the anxiety, there's also a sense of nostalgia. She talks about when that was us, making noise in the street, and I'm glad she has good memories too, and doesn't have to be alone with them anymore. Finally, the reason I'm updating now. She's coming to visit.
Hey.
We were talking last night and I mentioned that a church near me has special windows designed by an artist she loves, and I was thinking about going to see them eventually. She said it would be unfair for me to go without her, so I invited her to come with me. And then somehow it turned from vague future plans to being scheduled for the next Saturday. She was going to come for the day, but I told her it was silly to travel so far to stay for such a short time and suggested she stay the entire weekend. So she will be here from Friday until Sunday. I haven't really had time to be nervous yet, but I'm sure I will. Thank you again to everyone who has given advice or encouragement. It is very much appreciated.
Crazy to be like, yeah, I'm just flying to another country for the weekend. God,
We can't do that.
What privilege Europeans have. I fucking so jealous.
Same.
And then FaceTime invented in 2010.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, must have been wrong for that. I did see how their weekend went, but I look at the profile's history. I didn't see any other updates. So hopefully everything's good.
Well.
Yeah. And this was 3 years ago. This is touching to me because it's like they went through so much together. And even after like the time, the distance, physical appearances changed, the love never did.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it kind of got stronger in my opinion, because it's like, kind of like what OP was saying, that the friend was saying, like, they can relate to each other more because they have those shared experiences. So every time they talk together, like, they don't feel lonely. And the fact that, the friend was able to get him out of his shell and experience life, I'm hoping that they get together someday, or if not, they're together already. And I just hope they have a happy life, and whatever cause that they're fighting for, I fucking hope they keep going for it.
Yeah. Even if they don't get together, I hope they stay friends forever,
for sure.
Because it sounds like they both need, each other in their lives. And I guess if she's close enough that she can fucking fly for a weekend, that's pretty sick. And like airfare in Europe is
so cheap,
peanuts compared to here. So yeah, if they don't move near each other, like nearer to each other, then I at least hope they visit each other lots.
Hope so too, man. Two wholesome ones, but I want to end it off with to piss you off, Josh.
What the fuck?
I ain't gonna do you like that, brother. You think I want you to be happy all the time? You got me fucked up. All right, last story for the day before we move to the amazing Under Buccee segment. This one is new to me, but this one is cross-posted by your goat. Hop into it. And this one is from r/affair recovery.
So recovering from an affair.
That sounds you to me. So the title for this one, Josh: had an affair and now I'm obsessed with him.
With the affair partner? That's crazy.
All right.
I'm also now realizing maybe this is a how to recover my relationship after an affair. I don't know. This is a weird subreddit. I'm very confused.
I'm going to have to keep looking at these stories because this one, hop into it, found that was very interesting. All right. So
Seems unhinged.
Seems unhinged. All right. It goes as this. I'm a 34 female. My husband and I have been together for 10 years and married for 3.5.
And you fucking cheat. Holy shit.
We have one daughter who is 5 months old.
What the fuck?
2 years ago, I had an affair with someone who is sort of friends with my husband. I always fancied him and drunkenly texted him one night. We messaged, met a handful of times, and had sex twice.
Bro, fuck you. What the fuck?
And this is your husband's friend?
Well,
and
that's
you
no
do to your
friend of
husband?
mine.
Yeah,
Fuck
what the
that.
fuck? We both agreed we couldn't keep doing this. He is 35 and single, and agreed to stop, although we admitted we both like each other and had developed feelings. Then I got pregnant with my daughter, and it put yes with my husband.
Don't say it like that. Not you, John, but don't say it as an aside, because how the fuck are we supposed to trust you?
And honestly, I have been so depressed and miserable throughout my pregnancy and for the last few months.
Good.
I suffer, please.
Fuck you.
I feel I made a mistake staying with my husband who has no idea of any of this. I now hate my life. My affair partner has been in touch on 2 occasions to meet, but I know he would never ever be with me at any point as he openly says he would never date someone with a child. And also, we live in a small town where we could never be together.
Get wrecked.
However, I'm honestly obsessed with him and think about him nonstop. It's impacting my relationship with my child. I'm utterly miserable in my life. Part of me thinks this is what I deserve. How do I get my affair partner out of my head?
I don't know.
Josh has no words.
I know last episode we said hate this. Man up and divorce your husband. Fucking tell them the truth. Because what the fuck is this shit of like, oh, feel bad for me because I'm stuck in this relationship with a child and a man who will never love me. What do I do? I don't care what you do. I want you to tell the truth to your husband, and then at least allow him to have the knowledge and decide what he wants to do going forward. Because right now you're just fucking lying to him for 2 years, and you're obsessed with another man, and it's affecting your child's relationship with you. That's fucking that's crazy. So fuck you. I don't really care what happens to you.
I think this person, this OP, is incredibly selfish. For one, betraying your partner's trust. And two, procreating with your partner, bringing a kid in this life, and then immediately like having a bad relationship with your kid. You know goddamn well you're a fucking cheater and a liar. And you're going to bring a life in this situation where your husband knowingly doesn't know that you've been sleeping around on the side
with his friend. So
with his friend.
Yeah.
And the fucking irony is that you got with a fuckboy who's just like, oh, I would never get with you. You got a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, you got pregnant with him. He gonna leave your ass.
Yeah.
So why are you obsessed with a dumbass, you stupid bitch? Oh, God, this person is so fucking dumb, dude. Like, yes, I'm with you, Josh. I have zero sympathy with this OP whatsoever.
None at all.
None. I hope you stay sad, you dumbass.
Is there any good advice in there?
Well, top comment for this one by Fun Sizer Ads. They put, I really want to be gentle with you, but I'm mad as fuck on behalf of your husband. We all are. It's hard to welcome a child into the world without full information on the status of your marriage. It seems like you regret staying with your husband and having a child with him because it is the deterrence that would keep a fair partner permanently away. Why didn't you confess to your husband you had feelings for someone else? Like what you're saying, Josh? Do you really want to get out of that affair fog? Tell your husband everything. Seeing his pain will snap it right out of you. Not seeing your child full time will hopefully snap it right out of you. What you could be feeling might be new relationship energy or postpartum depression. I don't care. You need to tell your husband and give him the ability to make an informed choice to continue the marriage or set you free. Best case scenario is he divorces you, files for custody so you and affair partner can run off to the sunset together. Because it's clear, by still pining for your affair partner, you're not thinking of your family and instead mourning something you'll never have. So basically a smarter way of saying that what we both said.
Go fuck yourself.
We don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, go fuck yourself pretty much. Holy shit. Oh my God. Fuck that. I had to bring some anger inducing one, right? Like otherwise it's too happy.
Thanks for that.
All right. We're moving on to the amazing Under Buccee segment where Josh, we will be asking, is this poster okay?
Hell yeah. Last poster, not okay.
Not okay. I am a little sad that Sean is not able to weigh in on this because I feel like it relates to kind of both of us, and we didn't get to take you here last time. So we'll see how your thoughts are still though.
Okay.
This one was posted by Villain for Advice from r/unpopular opinion. And the title for this one is Being Impressed by a Buckee's is Moronic.
Okay, as someone who's never been there, this will be a tough take for me. So I don't know. Do they have a follow up to their claim?
They put, yes, gas station is big. Yes, restroom clean. Yes, store is also big. There are things that are nice, but who fucking cares? It's a gas station. That's it. I live not far from one, and the amount of people who told me it was an experience vastly oversold it. I was massively unimpressed when I was taken there for the first time. I wish there was something to compare it to and how lame it was, but again, it's just a big gas station. The fucking beaver pisses me off too. He sucks. He's stupid looking and not in an endearing way. I just want to kick him. I hate the billboards that say shit like slay or it's giving potty time or you can hold it with his dumb face on them. Seeing them almost makes me want to just drive off a cliff. The snacks are fine, I guess, but I can find better ones elsewhere. The restrooms being clean are nice, but the closest Starbucks or McDonald's probably has a fine bathroom too. The gas tends to be more expensive, probably because of the experience. And people who wear Bucky's merch probably just seem so fucking dumb. It's gas station merch, for fuck's sake. I won't even get to the shitty things that the company does. Everything stated above is enough to put me off from it. So is this poster okay?
I mean, it sounds like he has a personal beef with the beaver, so I don't know if he's okay that way. But I will say, as an outsider, I think I ultimately agree. It seems like corporate, or not corporate, capitalist
consumerism
type shit, where it's just like, I don't know, it is a gas station. Like, yeah, it's a super nice gas station, but should I care to the degree that it seems like a lot of people do? Probably not. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's like riding Walmart's dick or something like that and be like, hell yeah, I only shop at Walmart, baby. I only wear Walmart brand. It's like, that's a little weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. No loyalty, towards corporations. They don't give a shit about you.
I agree to an extent. I will say, as I am, you know me, I fucking hate being called a Texan. I would never claim myself as a Texan, but I claim myself as a Texan when Bucky's is involved.
Okay, interesting.
I love Bucky's. Bucky's is great. However, there is one aspect of me that pisses me off about Bucky's.
Okay.
They're staunchly MAGA.
Ah, well, that doesn't surprise me as a Texas corporation.
Yep. So the last part where it says, I won't even get into the shitty things the company does. A lot of their, is it PAC, like when they donate to candidates? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Super PACs.
Yes. They donate to the fucking, that party. So that part, I'm like, ugh.
I mean, I hate to take the veil off, but I feel most corporations do. So
there's a lot. There's a lot of like companies that do that, sadly. But in terms of like, it's hard to separate this a little bit sometimes. But when you do get to experience what it's like in Bucky's, especially if you're like you're an outsider or you're not really a local, the first time seeing that shit, smelling the fucking brisket, smelling the beaver nuggets, all the options and the fucking drinks. So much merch. It's nice. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yo, the first time seeing that shit, I'm like, this shit is tight.
Yeah. It's just
but the loyalty aspect of it, I get what you're saying. I'm also not like that with companies.
Yeah, it is just crazy to me thinking about like, I've been to Greece, like I've seen the nice things there. Like, is Bucky's up there for me worldwide?
That's like me fucking like dick riding Japanese convenience stores. I'm like, okay, it's a fucking 7-Eleven for God's sake. But is it an experience? You goddamn right it is.
Right. Yeah. No, and I get that. Like, I'll when I'm down, in 4 years, we'll go check out a Bucky's, and I'll probably be like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Will it be like, I'm gung ho for Bucky's? Probably not.
Yeah. No, I feel you. So they're okay.
Yeah,
they're okay.
Yeah. Other than the personal beef towards the beaver, I think that's a little bit at the top.
I think the root of why they're like this is why they feel the way they feel,
and
which is fine.
Yeah,
which is fine. Although I will say, McDonald's and Starbucks bathrooms do not come close to how clean fucking Bucky's restrooms are.
Also, fuck those two.
Fuck those two as well. So, last one for today. Again, this one is from r/unpopular opinion. This one was posted by Crazy Rain 1073. The title is, hard candies are a menace to society and do more harm than good. Do you like hard candies? Like, what? Jolly Ranchers?
Skittles?
Is that considered a hard candy? Because you can just bite it immediately.
Yeah, but it's hard on the outside, right?
True.
I don't know.
What is the classification of a hard candy? It's like you have to...
There's like a crunch, in my opinion.
Melt it first. Like you got to put it... Well, I'm not going to say that because Fred's going to clip it. You got to let it... marinate a little bit. You ain't gonna catch me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. And to me, it's just like if there's a crunch, that's technically a hard candy. But I guess that might be a more liberal definition of what hard candy technically is.
Yeah. So. All right, well, we'll see. Jolly Ranchers, Lifesavers, gumballs, peppermints, etc. Hard candies are extremely dangerous for kids and carry a massive choking risk. Yet no one seems to bat an eye. In grade school, I used to have teachers pass out Jolly Ranchers on the regular as prizes, which looking back now seems like a massive liability. Kids don't have fully developed swallow reflexes and are far more prone to choking. These hard candies are the perfect size to get lodged in your kid's esophagus, yet most parents don't take issues with this. I don't understand why we allow hard candies to be marketed for children when they carry such a high risk of choking. If small toy parts need choking hazard warnings, so should hard candies. It should be illegal to distribute hard candies to kids under 12 years of age.
I don't know. It just seems like it's up to a parent's discretion whether they want their kid consume this. So I don't know if it's really like if you have kids, just don't let them have hard candies or like
they're probably teachers from what it sounds like.
Well, I don't know because it's just like if you're a teacher, just don't hand out candies then to kids.
True. Yeah.
I don't know.
Control it from your end.
Yeah. To me, this seems like an overstep. Like it's like why outlaw this if it's like I don't know.
Honestly, anything can be a choking hazard.
Yeah, exactly. A soft candy can be. It's like so. Where do we draw the line? Is kind of my.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like overprotective. Like trying to like an overprotective law. If we were to ban that for children, I could understand them maybe banning marketing to children for that. Okay. That may be a way to go about it, but like it's not like you can ban them from buying it.
This fool definitely choked on a hard candy as a kid. Oh, shit. All right. Well, that is it for today's episode. But before we close it off, Josh, anything you'd like to bring up, brother? A long episode today.
It is a long episode. I've got a couple PayPal donations.
Ooh.
It's been a while, so I hope I didn't miss anyone in the months it's been since we've last done one. But here we go. Araya sends $1.69. Say, boys, where do you post your streaming schedule? I'm not a rich, but I'd love to watch your streams, but I can never find your schedule. Please post it on your website. Or maybe I'm just too dumb to find it, but I can't be the only one. We actually don't post it really, I guess.
It should be on the YouTube description.
Is it in the YouTube description? Okay, yeah.
It sure is.
Basically, first Wednesday of every month, John and I do a live stream to everyone. Mm-hmm. Second Wednesday of every month, we do a Patreon only live stream. And now we're going to be doing a $15 tier gaming only live stream. And then the third Wednesday of every month, public again, just John and I. And then the last Wednesday of every month, we do a $5 and up tier live stream. And then we will also be doing the call-in for the $15 tier as well. So
it absolutely is on the...
It is on the YouTube. Okay, perfect.
YouTube description, yeah.
And keep in mind, this was months ago, so maybe it...
Yeah.
Celeste sends $6.69. Say, I love you guys. I struggle with executive dysfunction and you have no idea how much your episodes help me completing my tasks throughout the day. Sending you good vibes from Italy. Love, Celeste.
Oh. Matchies. Yeah, I love my executive dysfunction.
Andrea sends $10.61. Julia sends back-to-back $20.91 donations. Different charities, I think. Katya sends $1.69. They say, I'm Katya, and sometimes I get really insecure with 23. I haven't had any kind of romantic or intimate experience, but listening to you talk about your relationships or just the tips you give to the stories is comforting. And I will be honest, most people at 23 are insecure, as someone who's been there.
Just keep being you.
Keep being you. Keep being you. Shelly sends $7.11, says, oh shit. My birthday is July 11th, and I'd love a birthday shout out and a dramatic reading from Ash Dillon's Instagram post about Canada-US relations. Interesting. Apologies for the late.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy very belated birthday. Over a month now. Hope you had an amazing birthday. And to make it up, I will look into the Instagram post. I'll try and find that. And then for our next public live stream, I will do that as one of the stories.
Okay.
Christine sends $10.69. They say, hi, Josh, John, and Sean, spelled SHJAUWGHN. Thanks for the great show. I listen with my boyfriend, Christian, and his 30th is coming up on July 16th. Holy shit. So please, could you give him a birthday shout out? He's Filipino, but I don't speak Tagalog, yet both languages would be amazing.
Uy, Philippines.
Once again,
Happy
apologies.
belated maligayang kaarawan sa'yo, Christian. Sorry.
Happy birthday,
Nalik na
Christian.
to. Saying Tagalog, Josh.
No, I don't want to.
Mali
Mali,
gayang
Gayang,
kaa
Ka,
rawan.
Loan,
Rawan.
Rauren.
Rawan.
Rawan. That one's a tough one.
Maligayang kaarawan.
I'm just gonna piece it all together. So it sounds like Mali, Gayang, Ka, Loan, Rawan. But apologies, Christine, for this late one. Happy birthday, Christian. Hope you had an amazing birthday as well.
Yes.
Happy 30th.
You old motherfucker. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the 30 club. Let's go.
Knees cricketing.
Back cracketing. Sunning sends 69 cents. They say, I really hope I'm not getting scanned by some Redditors who claim this was your donation email. If I am, kudos to you for the hustle. Currently in Ibiza on my super gay honeymoon with my wife. Drunk on a beach, side mojitos, and sporting our gaycation merch. We wanted to pay tribute to the OGs, Josh, John, and Sean, spelled XXE with an accent. AUXYNNE. So here's the gayest donation ever. Shout out to my wife, Jin, who does not listen to the podcast but supports me when I do. Lots of love from sunny Spain, from Stevie and Jin.
Hell yeah. Ooh, Szechuan is going to be pissed with that spelling. Holy
It's a crazy
crap.
spelling. But I hope you enjoyed your what'd you call it? Super gay honeymoon. I hope that was
In
great.
Ibiza, dude, that's like the lore is loring.
Yeah.
That's the origination point is right there.
Lily sends $10.69. They say, can you read my story? It's in the subreddit as Am I Wrong by, and then they put their username. Same answer to the first one I said. I will do that on the next public live stream. I will look for it and set that up. So thank you, Lily, for sending that in. Final one, Kate sends $5.69. Damn, a lot of 69s. Sending a donation to celebrate graduating to a rich motherfucker, free Sean. You guys are so inherently kind, hilarious, funny, and the love you have for all your wives warms my cold, dead heart. With love from across the pond, Kate EF-EL. Not sure what that is, but shout out, Kate. Congratulations for graduating to a rich motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
And
love
yeah.
to see it. Free Sean 2025.
Free Sean, yeah. 2026, maybe.
Hopefully.
I hope so too. But yeah, that's the PayPal donations. Thank you all for sending that in. Apologies for all the birthdays that sent in. I got to check those more often, but those donations will be going to a good cause. So we appreciate you.
Things do pile up, people. We are sorry. But yes, that is it for this week's episode. Again, if you like what we do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to. And if you want to support your boys, make sure to be a patron, be a YouTube member. Josh talked about those live streams. We do have live streams first and third Wednesday of the month for public, and the second and fourth live streams are exclusive to our patrons and YouTube members, depending on a tier. Also, we have a new merch that is out right now on Reddit on wikishop.com. Shop the Honka merch. And of course, half of the profits will be going towards a charitable cause. I believe it's going to be the second most upvoted donation from the post we made last month.
Yeah.
Last month. So yes, we will find that. I don't know if we announced it yet, but we will be announcing it pretty soon where it's going to be going to. But all right, Wikimaniacs, thank you for another week with us. We will see you on a future live stream or the next episode coming out on Friday. But till then, toodles.
Bye.
Bye.